So, hello guys. Long time ago, I made a video. So, sorry, I was busy. Life going on, and also I had the feeling like I had everything covered at the moment at my page, what everyone wanted to see, because a lot of old first supporters left and they had what they had to see. They thanked me for everything and they left, and I'm very thankful they were there. I don't expect anyone to stay for years or for months. Everybody can just stay as long as they want, as long as they have to. You can always tell me what you want and what you'd like from me. If I have the time, I will do it for you. That's why I'm not so expensive, or I try not to be too expensive, but I've seen some other guys doing almost the same as me, probably, or probably better than me. I don't know what they're doing exactly, but they are also having a Patreon page with tutorials and everything, but they are, a little bit more expensive too. And that's why I made mine a little bit cheaper, because I knew in the beginning I won't have time all the time to make videos and be there for you guys, because I have a family, I have a lot of working to do, and I also do sports a lot, and I don't want to leave all this on the side just for my Patreon. But I think you guys understand it's important to have another life than just music production. That's what makes my music what it is. Otherwise, I would not make this music. So today I want to go into mixing. A lot of people have been asking me this lately. Also, friends of me that I know for a long time, who are making music also now, and it's hard, to explain, because like always for me, because mixing is a lot of feeling. I use a lot of reference tracks, like how I want it to be, so because it's a personal aspect also. Of course, there are some rules, the bass should not be overloaded, and that you don't hear anything, but that's clear, for of course. But like some artists in our scene produce different than the other ones, like in Salsas, for example, has like always a low profile for kick bass, if you would notice, like Cosmo has also this. A lot of artists that I like have this, and I also try to do this, like kick bass, not too loud, because it's not fitting to the style, I think, that I'm making. And also probably the other artists that do this are thinking the same. Kashik, another example. Then you have like Dark Whisper or Alapscore or Obscurum or Necropsycho. They are all making the bass, kick bass, much louder, and it's more overwhelming because it's more like bass concentrated music. You know what I mean? So that's the first aspect. You have to decide for yourself, what do I want to make, how is my style, and what do I want to achieve. So for me, how I this is, just to let you know, this is my newest EP that I made. Robots. It's all in one project. That's also what I do when I make an EP or an album. I'm working on an album also now. It's the same principle. I make everything in one project, so all the tracks, and I just change the BPM then between the tracks. I do this because of the reason that I'm not good with rules for myself, particularly on mixing. So then all my project will be slightly, a little bit different, but will be in general all the same mixing, and that's why my album sound then really nice, like with the same kind of bass line, same highs everywhere and stuff. So that's a trick you can remember if you want to make your own EP or something. I would recommend to make it in one project. It goes fast also because you can use some sounds from previous tracks in the next track, and you have like a good concept of tracks, and you keep the same mixing. So I have some buses here, a drum bus, and that's what I do in the end mostly, not in the beginning, because in the beginning, when you're producing, it's important to not always move the volume or equalize a whole bus. So bus means, for people who don't know, a bus track is like a group track of other channels, and then you can put effects on this one, or just the volume of this track, and it will adjust all the other tracks that are in this group channel. So I do this in the end mostly. Like here I have a drum bus, and then here I think I have also a bus, or not. No, I didn't make this. It's like serum stuff. It's all like random sounds. It's impossible to make a bus for this. That's probably why I didn't do it. I just equalize all these things. And then the important thing is to kick bass bus, like I always make, this I make in the beginning, I start my track and the first thing I do is a kick bass group, and I put my kick and bass through this, and then I can put through this. Like here I tried again with mono. That's another thing I wanted to discuss. I don't know if I did this already in another video, but there was a time I made all my kick bass in mono. Now I'm back to stereo. Don't ask me why. I just had the feeling it sounded better on big sound system when I'm playing somewhere. But mono is like a theoretical thing to do, but stereo is like the scene thing to do. I don't know how I have to explain, but mono is correct normally for bass, kick bass, because it should be in the middle and not going around. Like for the basic basis of the kick bass, not the high frequencies. That's the thing, when you make a kick bass in mono, you should to be really good, to have a really good and clear bass line, you should equalize the high sounds, the mid sounds, and make them more stereo again. So that's the why I don't keep it just stereo. I showed you guys a trick, I think, with quadra fuse to put the sub sounds in the middle here with the width. So, and then I don't know, the volumes, it's like I try to keep it all the same, like when I don't know, I hope the sound is working. So, a good trick for percussions, for example, to know if percussions are in the right volumes. I play mostly like the kick bass and the percussion alone sometimes, and then I hear like if I have a good drive, you will hear at that moment if it's right or not. So percussion should not be overwhelming, but also not be too quiet. I hear this sometimes, like the percussion is like somewhere in the background. You hear it, but it's not like driving. Like my style. I like to make the open head a little bit louder, I think, than some people do, because the open head is like in the parts where you want to have a good flow. The open head is making the deal there, not the closed heads. So yeah, that's one thing. And yeah, just play them, the groups, like you make groups percussion, you make groups with leads, you can make groups with kick bass, and then you play them separately together with the bass line and see how they line up together. And then the big struggle is in the end, I do it all in the end of a track, the mixing, also when I'm producing, but the most I do in the end is to give everything a place in the mix, and that's the hard part. So don't be afraid to put a sound only to the right or only to the left, and because it will sound sometimes weird if you play it alone, but in the mix sometimes this makes everything, like it's a trick, to you don't have to put everything like all the way to the left or all the way to the right, but some stuff you can just put it like a little bit, like 20% to the left, and then another sound 20% to the right, and then it will fill up. But there is place between this. You have to see your spectrum in mixing. Like you have in the like the panning. Like you have in the middle 0, and then you have 50% to the right and 50% to the left, and this is your space, and you have to fill it in. Don't put everything exactly in the middle, don't put everything on the right, you put everything like a little bit here, a little bit there, and you have to play with it, and find the place for every sound. Sometimes, like I showed you in another video already with the leads, it's nice to put left and right, and then like cross the wave patterns, and then it will sound like it's everywhere. That's also nice to fill up, I know, yeah, mixing is just so much with feeling. I think I explained already because you guys asked me, but I think I explained already in another video already a lot about it. It's also with the equalizers and stuff, you like cut the frequencies that are, with the one sound you leave a frequency, with the other sound you cut exactly this frequency away to make place for the other sound, like that's also a good trick. So yeah, if you guys want, you can maybe send me your project or something in audio, and I can review your mixes, you know, like, but the separate channels, you know, that would be a good thing for me to look what you guys, where you guys need help or what tips you need. That's maybe a good way for me to help you guys. That's maybe also easier for me to have a feeling of what you guys are doing and which level you guys are. That I'm not telling bullshit here and you don't understand, or that you know already everything. So so yeah, maybe that's a good idea. If you guys are interested, you can send from today when I post this video, you can send me your projects that you would like me to review. Please send me the separate audio track so I can put it into my Cubase and I can review all the channels separately, like all the audios. And I can give you maybe some tips, or maybe just tell you that it's perfect, man, I like it like this, or I don't know. Yeah, that would be a good idea. Yeah. So let me know if this was helpful. This was more talking than showing, but I think that's always what I do. That's how I like to teach. So yeah, let me know if it helped, and see you to the next one. Bye.